When your dog looks up at you, what do you think they actually see? Most owners would say they're human, their person, the one who feeds them, walks them, makes the bed warm at night. It feels like the most natural answer in the world, but it is wrong. And no, your dog does not see you as a big dog either. That belongs to cats. Dogs did something else entirely. What dogs actually see when they look at you is something so unusual that there is no word for it in any human language. It does not exist anywhere else in nature. Their biology had to build it. And once you understand what science has uncovered, the way you look at your dog every single day will change. There is one discovery in particular, which we will come back to in point 7, that researchers only confirmed a few years ago. Once you hear it, the way your dog looks at you will never feel ordinary again. Let us talk about what is actually happening behind your dog's eyes. 1. They do not see a human. They see a category that does not exist anywhere else in nature. Cats genuinely seem to treat humans as oversized fellow cats. They use the same body language, the same vocal patterns, the same territorial behavior with us that they use with other cats. To a cat, you really are just a strange, clumsy member of the colony. Dogs do not do this. Over at least 15,000 years, older than agriculture, older than written language, older than most of human civilization, dogs developed an entirely separate category for us. Not pack member, not parent, not fellow dog, something else. For decades, owners were told their dog saw them as the alpha. That framework is dead. The researcher whose own early work created the myth, L. David Mech, has spent years publicly retracting it. The wild wolf alpha he once described turned out to be something far simpler, a parent. So your dog does not see you as alpha. They do not see you as another dog. They see you as something their species had to invent a separate neural category to process. Protector, provider, translator of the world. Source of food and safety and meaning, all collapsed into one being. They did not have a word for what you are. So their biology built one. 2. They see the only face their eyes evolved specifically to read. You walk in the door after a difficult day. You have not said anything. And before you have even put your bag down, your dog is already next to you. Most owners chalk this up to sensitivity. The truth is more specific. When humans look at another person's face, our eyes drift to the left side first. Scientists call it left gaze bias. It happens because the right hemisphere of the brain, which processes emotion, controls the left side of the face. We evolved to read that side first because that is where feeling shows. Researchers at the University of Lincoln showed dogs images of human faces, dog faces, and objects. The dogs displayed left gaze bias only for human faces, not for other dogs, not for objects, only for us. Dogs evolved a human-specific way of reading emotion. In follow-up studies, they distinguished happy from angry human faces in photographs of strangers they had never met. They know what a human frown means without being taught. So when your dog quietly walks over and rests their head against your leg on a hard day, they did not guess, they read it, in a language their species developed, for one reason, to understand yours. If this is changing how you see your dog, hit subscribe. Every video on this channel is built around what the research actually shows, not what we assume. Here's the next section with numbers, written as words, and paragraph formatting, cleaned up without changing the content. 3. Your scent lights up a part of their brain that nothing else can reach. A dog's nose contains between 200 million and 300 million scent receptors. Yours contains about 6 million. Their sense of smell is between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than yours. But dogs do not just smell, they categorize. And one scent in their entire world has a privileged neural address. At Emory University, the neuroscientist Gregory Burns trained dogs to lie still inside an MRI scanner, fully awake, free to leave at any time. Inside, they were exposed to 5 scents, their own, a familiar dog from the household, an unfamiliar dog, an unfamiliar human, and their owner. Researchers watched the caudate nucleus, the part of the brain associated with reward and positive anticipation. One scent activated it more powerfully than any other. Not food, not their canine housemate, not their own scent, yours. This is why a worn t-shirt calms a dog when their owner is away. Why your scent on a pillow can lower their heart rate. Why dogs press their nose into you with their eyes closed in moments that look almost meditative. You're not just a person who lives in their home. You are the scent their brain treats like a reward. 4. They evolved a muscle that wolves do not have, for one reason only. Your dog tilts their head. They raise their inner eyebrows. Their forehead wrinkles. Their eyes seem to grow larger. Every owner knows this look. Most call it puppy eyes and write it off as cuteness. They are wrong about how it got there. In 2019, a study was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. The researchers, led by Julian Kaminsky, compared the facial musculature of dogs and wolves, who share approximately 99% of their DNA. What they found stopped the field cold. Dogs have a facial muscle that wolves do not, the levator anguli oculi medialis, the small muscle responsible for lifting the inner corner of the eyebrow, the muscle that creates the puppy eye expression. It does not exist in wolves. It exists in dogs. In every breed they examined, this muscle does one thing. It makes the eyes appear larger and the face more infant-like, triggering the same caregiving response in humans that a crying baby triggers. It is the only known case of a species evolving a facial muscle, specifically to communicate with a different species. Your dog did not learn the look. Their face was rebuilt for it. Across thousands of generations, dogs whose faces could make this expression were fed more, sheltered more, kept closer, bred more. The ones whose faces could not were not. Your dog's face is not just a face. It is a message, thousands of years in the making, addressed to yours. Here's the final section with numbers, written as words and paragraph formatting, cleaned up without changing the content. 5. They understand you better than a chimpanzee does. You point at something across the room. Your dog follows your finger and finds it. It is so ordinary that most owners never stop to think about it. They should. Brian Hare, the cognitive scientist who founded the Duke Canine Cognition Center, has spent his career on this exact gesture. He calls it the pointing test, and what it reveals is astonishing. Chimpanzees fail it. Our closest living genetic relatives, with whom we share 98% of our DNA, do not understand human pointing. They look at the finger, the concept that another being is trying to share information with them about a third location does not register. Wolves raised by humans from birth largely fail it too, but dogs, untrained from puppyhood, get it almost immediately. They follow your finger. They follow your eyes. They understand that when you look at something, you're trying to tell them something about it. They read your intention, not just your action. A chimpanzee shares almost all of our DNA and cannot understand the simplest gesture we make. A dog, with a far more distant evolutionary relationship to us, does it without being taught. Their cognition has been shaped by 15,000 years of paying attention to humans the way no other species ever has. When your dog looks at you and seems to just get it, they do. And that understanding belongs to no other species on Earth. 6. Your biology and theirs are quietly tuned to each other. You have a hard week. You have not talked about it with anyone, and quietly, your dog becomes a little more clingy. They sleep closer, they watch you more. Their walks become a little less playful, a little more attentive. Most owners assume coincidence or projection. It is neither. It is measurable. In 2019, researchers at Linköping University in Sweden tracked long-term cortisol levels, the body's primary stress hormone, in dogs and their owners over the course of months. They measured cortisol in hair samples, which preserves a record of stress chemistry over time. The cortisol levels of dogs and their owners correlated. Across the long run of weeks and months, the dog's stress baseline tracked the humans. Here is the part most owners never hear. The synchronization only ran one way. The dog's chemistry was adapting to the humans, not the reverse. Your dog is not just living near you. They are recalibrating their internal biology to match yours continuously in the background, without you ever asking. They are carrying a chemical reading of your life inside their body, right now. Your bad weeks live in their blood. Your good ones do too. You are not their environment. You are their weather system. 7. Your eyes trigger the same chemical that bonds a mother to her newborn. You look up. They are already looking at you. And for a moment, neither of you looks away. Most owners assume nothing is happening, or that it is just affection. In 2015, a study published in the journal Science changed how researchers understood the dog-human bond forever. Take Fumi Kikusui and his team at Azabu University in Japan measured oxytocin levels in dogs and their owners during natural interaction. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone, the chemical that floods through a mother's body when she holds her newborn for the first time. The chemistry behind the most powerful bond the human species is capable of forming. When dogs and their bonded owners gazed into each other's eyes, both showed significant rises in oxytocin. Not just the dog, the owner too. The longer the gaze, the higher the rise. The chemistry of the dog was triggering the chemistry of the human, which in turn triggered more of the dogs. A feedback loop, the same loop that exists between a mother and her newborn child. And here is the part that matters most. When the researchers ran the same study with wolves raised by humans from birth, the effect did not appear. The gaze loop is something dogs and humans share alone. It evolved for us, only for us. The face muscle they grew to reach us. The scent of us, their brain treats like a reward. The eyes that learned to read ours. The cognition that outpaces our closest genetic relatives. The cortisol that tunes itself to ours. The oxytocin loop that fires every time we hold their gaze. This is not a pet living in your home. This is a being whose entire biology was rewritten across thousands of generations to find you and bond to you the way a child bonds to a parent. When they look at you, they are seeing the one being on this entire planet their biology was built to recognize. This is not sentiment. This is documented biology, visible in scanners, measurable in blood, written into muscle and bone. You are not their owner. You are not their pack leader. You are the face their eyes evolved to read. You are the scent their brain treats like a reward. You are the only being whose gaze triggers their bonding chemistry. You are the answer to a question 15,000 years in the making. Your dog does not see a human when they look at you. They see something there is no word for in any human language. So their biology built one. And every day, in 1,000 quiet ways, they have been speaking it to you. Every video on this channel begins the same way, with a question most dog owners have never stopped to ask. And then we go looking for the real answer, not the simplified version, not the comfortable assumption, the actual science. If this video gave you something, hit like, drop a comment with what stood out to you most, and subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next. Because the more you understand your dog, the better life gets for both of you. And that is always worth showing up for.